Vivian Mangalindan today will present a level 4 presentation mastery speech from the project Managing a Difficult Audience. The purpose of this project is to deliver a 5 to 7 minute speech. However, this speech will be interrupted. So Vivian has asked some people to throw different interruptions throughout the speech. If that's you, you know who you are. If that's not you, please try not to participate in the interruptions. I will be evaluating Vivian not on her presentation, but on the way she handles the interruptions. So it's a 5 to 7 minute speech, but Vivian has up to 20 minutes to present the entirety of her speech. So about half of the presentation can be dealing with interruptions. Now, I know Vivian is very capable of delivering an engaging presentation. Let's see how she copes with being interrupted. Her speech will be entitled Conversation Mastery Live.
I hope you're ready to be enlightened and entertained. Ladies and gentlemen, Vivian. Conversation Mastery Live. Conversation Mastery Live. Vivian.
Conversation Mastery Live. Can you turn your mics on? What's the title of my talk? Not my speech. What's the title of my talk? Anybody? Mics on.
Conversation Mastery Live.
Thank you very much. Whoever said that, thank you very much. Normally, people are not listening. I ask it, But I would like to encourage all of you to be listening to every word because there's a lot of characters here. I don't know when they're going to pop up. You don't know what they're going to say. It's a game of we don't know. And that's the story of my life. You can see this, that microphone. Yes. I'm a live talk show host on television, on radio, and teleradio. What's teleradio? It's television and radio at the same time. Everything's live. It includes people calling in. Yeah, calling in. It doesn't mean they're all fans. I have had a grouchy old man call me and say, I don't agree with anything you've said so far. How do you handle something like that? Of course, with charm and grace, because remember, love doesn't last forever, but YouTube does. So I looked at the camera and I said, I'm sure you have a point. And then typically wacky me, I said, I just don't get it, but I'm sure you have one. So everybody laughed, right? Most people just want the attention. So I promised him. I said, 5 minutes before this show ends, I will give you the stage and I will put you in the seat through long distance, and you will have all the time in the world for all the people listening and watching to know how intelligent and brilliant you are. He put the phone down. Lesson number 1. A overdose of kindness and attention is enough to sip it for people. Listen to this. Who just want to say something. They don't really have something to say. They just want to say something. There are people like that. Let me move forward and quickly tell you the cast of characters who may or may not appear in what sequence. I have no idea. You want to write this down because I might ask you some questions later. There is the talker. An example of which I gave you. Someone will interrupt just to say anything. You know, the ones desperate for attention. Yeah, there are people like that. Happens in my life too. Oh, by the way, other than broadcast, I do training. And you know, the people sent to me because I cover attitude, behavior. they have an attitudinal and behavior disorder in the workplace. Can you imagine? This classroom, it's a zoo because they're the people that the boss hates. So imagine what I have to put up with. And that's why I have learned through them, thank you very much, disruptive audience, how to have charm and grace. After all, the boss was paying me. Why should I get angry? I'm glad you're there. Because if they were not disruptive, I wouldn't have a living. So that's a day in my life. Now, what
I
is
have
the first?
something to say, Vivian.
Yes, Maria. Yes.
Yes, I also had some. Once I did an interview, and it was a wonderful experience. I like this interview. Yes, it's very interesting. Interesting matter. Yeah.
I'm glad you like interviews. What can you say about your office mates? Do you think they like interviews?
Yes, they like.
That's very nice. I think the next guest on my talk show will be, tada, Maria, because we're going to talk about real stories from her workplace and maybe make her my partner in a future talk here in Toastmasters. All those who would like to have Maria in the little show here, raise your hand. Who wants Maria with me? Maria, do you want? Yes, Maria wants. Yes. Also, dear. Yes. Okay, for those of you who didn't raise your hand, it's time to raise your feet. Oh my goodness gracious. Now, moving on. That was a talker, but then she's a talker that I like. Because some people, it's just all noise. The second is the one who interrupts and interrupts and interrupts. Just to interrupt. They don't say anything. They just make noise. Have you ever had a meeting? Can I ask any of you, were there just some people making noise in the background? Can you raise your hand if you have people like that? None? Wow, you have a very nice office. Boy, I deal with a lot of people like that. And then there's the chatterer, the people who like to gossip. They're asking about, oh, gossip. Oh my goodness gracious. Look, there's some gossiping people there. I think I want to. Can you include me? Gentleman with the red on the black shirt. I want to be in Tom Bielski and guess I want to be in on the latest gossip. What's new? What's new? Tell me, tell me. Anything new?
Oh, apologies.
No, I love gossip. You don't love me. Next time you include me in the gossip because you know in the girls' room, you think we're there to powder our nose. No, we play a game called Dija. You don't play Dija, guys. It's in the ladies' room. We all go, did you know? That's what we do. We gossip in the ladies' room. All right. And then there's the arguer. Oh my goodness. There are people who will just contradict anything and everything. And then they will go and give you lines like, according to statistics to the World Economic Blah. Really? Why are you telling us this? In the middle of my show? In the middle of my trading? What? Can you see this? Internet etiquette coach. I didn't create this for here. It's really what I do. When I have my internet groups, people have decided, Miss V, can you bring your skill here? Because people were battling. Because this is the first time in their whole lives that they saw themselves on camera. And they were all feeling like, I don't know, some kind of stars. So I just, you know how I handled that? I'll ask you later if you remember, huh? Instead of scolding them, I just did this. Sometimes you don't have to scold anyone. You just make a strong statement. Internet etiquette coach. And as I told everybody, so some people say, I don't care about etiquette. That's dead. It's 2024.
Madam Speaker,
Ham.
Madam Speaker,
Yes.
I have a different opinion, but you're breaking up. Can you just repeat what you've just said?
Oh, my goodness gracious. Some people just like to argue to show the world that they're brighter than the trainer or the speaker. What would you like to share with us?
I'd like to say that, one of the 7 habits of highly affected people is seek first to understand, then be understood. But I get a feeling that you make up your mind even before you've heard a person completely. But that may be my opinion. I may be wrong. But can you qualify whether, my opinion on this matter is correct or not?
Thank you very much. Characters like me are called commentators. We are not resource speakers. We are not experts. We put our neck on the line, really we do, and give our commentary. We bare our hearts and souls. And we always tell people, you've heard me say this here often, correct me if I'm wrong. And I like people like you who give a different perspective. What is your perspective and opinion on things I've been saying today so far?
I think, as I said, there are 3 sides to a story: your opinion, my opinion, and the truth. And I feel personally that, I have a lot of respect to what you say, but there will be people who may look at it differently. But the important thing to understand and make progress.
Thank you very much. I like what you said. And this is what I share with people. The beauty of Zoom is that we have people from all over the world. Oh my goodness gracious. Perception is reality. Size, age, weight, gender, religion, culture. Really, Mr. Sudhir, I do not expect everybody to agree. Because if they all agree, I will think they're sheeple. I will think they're parrots, human parrots. And I'm going to think they're fake. I like people like you. Everybody, why do I like people like Sudhir? Because it means he is thinking. He has critical thinking. I love people who have opinions. And thank you, Sudhir, because conversation mastery is about asking who, what, why, when, where, how. What do you think? And I like people like you who don't wait for this. Because some people just sit there saying nothing and they have to wait for me to say, what do you think? That's why it's called conversational mastery. It's like a dance. It's supposed to be fluid. And I'm so happy that you're able to do that. Now, let me share some more stuff with you. You know, the first thing that's very important in conversation mastery is really etiquette. It's not a me. It's not my way or the highway, because we have so many countries, so many cultures. You don't have to say, in my opinion. Can you imagine having an 8-hour seminar? In my opinion, in my opinion, in my opinion. You just say it at the beginning. I'm a social commentator. These are my opinions. Feel free to share yours. Does that sit well with most of you, at least the ones I can see here on Zoom? Can you raise your hands? And if you think it doesn't, tell me why not. All right. Oh, yes, thank you. And a little reminder, I tell people, you certainly have all the right to be rude if you want. I cannot control that. But remember, people know what country you're from. And if they've never met anyone from your country, you do not want people to say like, oh my gosh, the people from that country, they're so rude. Keep in mind, in conversation mastery, it is now a global world. It's 2024. You are the ambassador. You carry the flag of your country. Now, let me ask all of you, what would you do when a situation like that happens and the facilitator is not able to handle it? I will turn the tables. You can always slide it in, bring in your learnings from Toastmaster. You have a whole seminar, right? And somehow aid the facilitator in handling the disruptors. Would you want to hear a tip or two more? Yes? Okay. You will have to sing and dance first, Tom. It's not for free. If Viola can do it, you can do it. Okay. Oh, by the way, in conversation mastery, I have said this before, and I will repeat it again for the second time, once more, this time with feeling over and over again. 55% of anything you say is on the body language, facial expression, and movements. You don't want to sound bookish. But if you really say, you know, I am so glad you invited me. I'm so happy. You really made my day. Duh. The odds are I'll never be invited again. And then if you're out on a hot date and the guy says, you know, I like you. Then you look and say, me too. What? You think you'll have another date after that? I am so happy that you invited me. Oh my gosh. You want to have sex appeal in your voice tone so that long after he has kissed you goodnight, he can hear the music of your voice and he'll be dreaming of you all night. The words, you can have bad grammar, you might even forget the word. But you see, I don't have to say a thing like,
Vivian, but if I am a shy person and I'm not very confident in my to express feelings and emotions and to use it and all this.
what happens when you're shy is you actually tell the guy or the girl, I'm shy. I don't know. You tell him exactly that. There, the face, may I text you? And then maybe help me discuss what's in my text message. I'll make it short, promise. Can you help me? I have a concern. Make sure, if you don't know what to say, use your facial expression. Then you go, please. What do you think? Your charm and your beauty, Maria, come on, it works in your favor. What do you think? You want to give it a try?
Yes, I will give it a try.
All right. So I can see the red light. I'd love to give you more tips, but the whole point is conversation mastery is not about what the speaker knows versus him telling, you know this, Tom, let me tell you 3 things. Don't ever do that in conversation. And you also don't say in summary. You can say something like, I hope we both remember that. A little charm, a lot of grace, and of course, wanting to be memorable. That's what conversation mastery is about. Don't pound it into their heads, slide it in. I hope this was useful for you. It was for me. Sending you love from Manila, 111.
Vivian, that was amazing. I think being able to stay graceful when being interrupted is a skill that we must all have. Because at the end of the day, you cannot control how other people act. You can only control how you react. I especially love Vivian's speech because the lessons don't just apply here in Toastmasters, but they apply also outside in the outside world. So thank you, Vivian. That was really, really amazing.